You ever notice how the people screaming the loudest about their success are usually the ones struggling the most? Think about it. Your feed is full of rented Lamborghinis, leased penthouses, and entrepreneur quotes posted from someone's parents' basement. Meanwhile, the people actually building real wealth? You've never heard their names. They're not posting. They're not announcing. They're not asking for validation. They're just building in complete silence. And here's what nobody tells you about that silence. It's not just about humility or staying humble. It's strategic. It's protective. Because the moment you announce what you're building, the world comes for you. Let me paint you a picture. You're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner. You've been working on something for months. An idea, a business, something that could actually change your life. And you make the mistake of mentioning it. Your uncle leans back in his chair. You know, your cousin tried something like that. Lost everything. Your mom looks concerned. Are you sure this is stable? What about benefits? Your brother laughs. So you're going to be one of those internet people now. And just like that, the fire you felt building inside you starts to flicker. Not because they're right, but because doubt is contagious. And you just invited it to dinner. This happens to everyone. You get excited. You share. And the people closest to you, not out of malice, but out of fear, start chipping away at your conviction. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to save you from the risk they're too terrified to take themselves. Your ambition is a mirror showing them their own stagnation. Your movement highlights their paralysis. So they pull, gently at first, then harder, until you're right back where they are. Safe, stuck, silent about your dreams instead of silent about your progress. That's the trap, and most people never escape it. But what if you flip the script entirely? What if instead of being loud about your goals and quiet about your reality, you went quiet about everything until you had something real to show? No announcements, no permission, no room for doubt to creep in. Just you, your plan, and the relentless execution of it while everyone else thinks you're doing nothing. That's the power of invisible wealth building. And it's exactly how you get to $10,000 a month without anyone seeing it coming. Here's the framework. 3 parts, each one essential. Skip any piece, and you'll either never make money, never scale it, or burn yourself out trying. Part 1 is giving value. Part 2 is generating income from that value. Part 3 is investing that income so it compounds into actual freedom. This isn't theory I read in a book. This is the exact system I used. Built in silence, scaled in silence, living the result of it right now, in silence. And before you think $10,000 a month sounds impossible, understand something crucial. This isn't the ceiling, it's the floor. Once this system clicks, it scales. 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 50, 50 becomes whatever number actually buys you the freedom you're after. But we start with 10 because it's achievable within 12 to 24 months. It's enough to replace most people's income. And it's proof the system works before you scale it bigger. So let's start with part 1. Most people fail before they even begin because they ask the wrong question. They think, what can I sell to make money? Wrong question, wrong order entirely. Before you make a single dollar, you need to identify the value you can give to people who actually need it. Not value you think sounds profitable. Value they'll genuinely pay for. Here's the exercise that changes everything. Grab your phone, open a note, answer 4 questions honestly. First, what topics genuinely excite you? Not what sounds impressive at parties. What makes you lose track of time when you're researching it? What could you talk about for hours without getting bored? Second, what are you actually good at? If you're not sure, ask 3 friends. What do people come to you for advice about? What seems easy to you, but hard for others? Third, from those answers, which topics do people actually need help with? Because excitement without demand is just a hobby, and demand without excitement is misery. You need both. Fourth, which of those topics would people pay to solve? Some problems people want solved. Some they'll open their wallet to solve. Know the difference. The intersection of these 4 questions, that's your focus. That's where you commit. And I mean ruthlessly commit to one specific thing. Here's what vague looks like. I help people with health. Here's what specific looks like. I teach desk workers how to fix lower back pain in 15 minutes daily without ever stepping foot in a gym. See the difference? Specificity is what makes you valuable instead of invisible. Now that you have your focus, here's where you build the foundation. You create a YouTube channel. And I can already hear the objection forming. But I don't want to be on camera. You don't have to be. Voiceover, screen recordings, stock footage, animation. Silent growth means you can stay literally invisible while your content spreads to millions. YouTube is the most powerful free tool on earth for reaching people who need your value, building a community of people who think like you, and creating assets that work while you sleep. Each video you upload becomes an employee that never quits, never asks for a raise, and works 24/7 answering questions for your audience. But I don't know how to make videos. Good. Neither did anyone else when they started. You record on your phone. You edit with free software. You design thumbnails in Canva. Or you hire editors on Upwork for $20 per video. The barrier to entry is lower than it's ever been in human history. The only thing stopping you is you. Start with one video per week. Each video answers one question someone in your niche is actually asking. Don't overthink production quality. Focus on value quality. Ugly videos with great value beat beautiful videos with no substance every single time. Do this consistently and you'll start gaining followers. Doesn't matter if it's 50 or 5,000. What matters is you're building an audience who trusts you. But YouTube alone doesn't get you to 10,000 a month. You need the next step. Set up a newsletter, free account on ConvertKit, Behave, or Substack. Create a valuable digital giveaway, a guide, a checklist, a blueprint, something that helps your audience take the next concrete step. Offer it at the end of every video. Want the full step-by-step guide? Link in description. They subscribe. Now you have direct access to the people most interested in what you're teaching. This is your list. This is where you monetize. Which brings us to part 2, generating income. You've been giving value on YouTube, building a newsletter list, establishing trust with people who actually care about what you have to say. Now it's time to create an offer people will pay for. Your YouTube channel might eventually generate ad revenue. Cool, that's a bonus. But ad revenue won't get you to 10,000 a month unless you have millions of views. The real money comes from offering something your audience needs and is willing to pay for. Your options are digital products like courses, templates, guides, tools. Physical products like equipment, supplements, books. Memberships offering ongoing access to community and content. Or coaching, either one-on-one or group transformation. Which one you choose depends on your topic and audience. Teaching aspiring chefs? Sell a course on knife skills. Helping plant growers? Sell specialized fertilizer through Amazon affiliate links. Working with fitness enthusiasts? Sell a membership with weekly programming. The key is your offer must align with the value you've been giving for free. You've been teaching people how to fix back pain with YouTube videos. Your paid offer is the complete system that goes deeper than YouTube allows. You've been sharing investment strategies in 10-minute videos. Your paid offer is the detailed course with spreadsheets, walkthroughs, and direct access for questions. Free content builds trust and proves value. Paid content delivers transformation. Here's the formula that works. YouTube attracts. Newsletter filters for the most interested. Paid offer monetizes those ready to invest in themselves. And here's where people get nervous. Pricing. Price communicates value. Too cheap signals low quality. Too expensive without proof signal scam. Find a middle. High enough to be taken seriously, backed by enough free value that it feels like a no-brainer. Launch your offer to your newsletter list. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Version 1 will always be imperfect. Launch it anyway. Improve it based on feedback. Let's do the math. You need 10,000 a month. If your offer costs $100, you need 100 customers per month. If it costs 500, you need 20. If it costs 1,000, you need 10. Higher price equals fewer customers needed equals more achievable milestone. Start small. Refine your offer. Increase your price as you prove results. Your income will climb as you dial in the system. And you're doing all of this silently. No one knows you're building this. No one's critiquing your approach. You're just stacking wins in private. Now you're generating income. Monthly revenue climbing toward 10,000. Most people stop here. They earn more and spend more. The income never becomes wealth. Part 3 is what separates people who make money from people who build actual freedom. You must invest what you earn. 3 foundational options. Option 1 is a high-yield savings account. Not sexy, absolutely essential. Save 6 to 12 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account earning 4 to 5% interest. This is your freedom fund. The cushion that lets you take risks, say no to bad opportunities, and sleep at night. No investments, no stocks, just liquid cash you can access immediately. Build this first. Everything else comes after. Option 2 is dividend stocks and index funds. Once your emergency fund is solid, start investing in assets that pay you to own them. Index funds like VO or VTI give you diversified exposure to the entire market. Dividend stocks like SCHD pay you quarterly just for holding. This is passive income that compounds while you focus on growing your business. Invest consistently. Monthly contributions. Don't try to time the market. Just keep feeding the machine. Option 3 is real estate. Long-term rentals generate monthly cash flow. Short-term rentals can generate even more with more work. But here's the critical rule. Don't touch real estate until you have someone experienced guiding you. Real estate can build massive wealth or destroy you financially. The difference is knowing what you're doing. Find a mentor. Partner with someone who's done it. Never invest in what you don't understand. So here's the full blueprint laid out clean. Part 1, give value. Identify your focus where excitement meets skill, meets demand, meets willingness to pay. Build a YouTube channel creating valuable content weekly. Create a newsletter with a valuable lead magnet. Build trust and audience in silence. Part 2, generate income. Create a paid offer aligned with your free content value. Launch to your newsletter list your most interested audience. Refine based on feedback and results. Scale to 10,000 a month through consistent offers. Part 3, invest that income. Emergency fund holding 6 to 12 months of expenses. Index funds and dividend stocks for passive income. Real estate with guidance for scaling. Convert income into lasting wealth. This isn't theory. This is the exact system that works. And you're doing all of it while everyone around you thinks you're doing nothing. Here's what happens next. You have 2 options. Option 1, you close this video. Go back to announcing your plans on social media. Argue with people who've never built anything. Stay loud about goals and quiet about the slavery. Option 2, you commit to silent growth starting today. Pick your focus. Start your channel. Build your newsletter. Create your offer. Invest your income. All of it done without announcement, without permission, without anyone knowing until it's already working. The loudest people are usually broke. The wealthiest people? You've never heard of them. Which category are you choosing? Because the blueprint is in front of you. The path is clear. The only question is whether you'll actually walk it. In silence. Your move.